Welcome to my UFC Matchmaker War Room. My War Room. I made that word up as well. In this video, I'm going to talk about each fight in the main card of UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Nascimento. Each winner. Sometimes we'll do losers, but today we're doing each winner and who they should fight next, why they should fight next. And yeah, just discuss reasoning for and why. Yeah, let's dive straight in. First fight of the night, Waldo Cortez Acosta beat Rebellis de Spain in one of the greatest four-shows I've ever seen in our entire life. Who should Waldo Cortez Acosta fight next? He should fight either Rogerio Rodrigo de Lima, is that it? He should fight de Lima, let's say, or Nascimento if Nascimento loses. Nascimento lost. So we're going to put him against Rodrigo Nascimento. Why will we put him against Rodrigo Nascimento? Well, because I'm telling you, if Rebellis de Spain would have won, they would have given him a ranked fight. But of course he didn't, so let's give it to Waldo. Because obviously Rebellis is, he would have been a bit more of a star. He's about 36 as well, so he needs to get him in there quick. He's in his late 30s, I'm pretty sure. So he's getting in there quick. So if de Spain would have won, it would have given de Spain a ranked opponent. He didn't. Waldo won. Let's give Waldo a ranked opponent. Rodrigo Nascimento. So give it to Waldo because he also squashed one of the next big things of the heavyweight division. He didn't take too much damage as well. Maybe his legs might be a bit bruised, maybe a bit red, a bit battered. But you can get him around there, maybe late August. After the legs heal up a bit. Put me in the against Nascimento. Make Nascimento now defend his number 15 ranking against Waldo Cortez Acosta, who's just got a pretty impressive win. Made it look a bit easy on the ground against Rebellis de Spain. Next fight, Sean Woodson beat Alex Caceres in a very good fight for Sean Woodson. He looked very impressive. Sean Woodson, he made it very easy for me. He should fight Bryce Mitchell because he called out Bryce Mitchell, and even better, Bryce Mitchell. They both made it very easy to me. Woodson called out Bryce Mitchell, easy, let's do that one. But then Mitchell made it even better by accepting the fight challenge on Instagram. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the next fight for both fighters. But let's go into reasoning why. Obviously, made it look easy. But also, Bryce Mitchell, he now has to defend his ranking after a loss. And it should be a good fight too. I think that'll be a great fight. And in terms of Woodson getting a challenge, it could be a very good grappling challenge for Sean Woodson, because obviously Bryce Mitchell is better on the ground than he is on the feet. So should be a fun fight. Bryce Mitchell can't really say no because he has to defend his ranking now after a loss. And it should be a good challenge for Sean Woodson. And yeah, so, and it's not like Mitchell could be, on Mitchell's side, you can't say Mitchell can fight Ige because obviously he's already beaten him. Lauren Murphy's already booked, so that's why you can't put him against Lauren Murphy. Yusuf needs to defend his ranks after his loss to Lopez. And you wouldn't put Bryce Mitchell against Lopez or Woodson against Lopez because, Lopez has got bigger and better names that he'll be offered. They're not going to offer Lopez, Bryce Mitchell or Sean Woodson because I don't think those names are as appealing. Maybe Bryce Mitchell, but putting Bryce Mitchell against Sean Woodson, absolutely not Sean Woodson because he's not going to go down in rank. So yeah, they're probably saving Lopez for bigger and better fights for him. Maybe like Calvin Kattar. But I mean, we're not here to talk about Diego Lopez versus Calvin Kattar. We're here to talk about Woodson versus Mitchell. So yeah, very easy fight to make there. Woodson versus Bryce Mitchell. I'd love to see that fight. Good test for Woodson ground-wise. Should be a fun fight. Hopefully Bryce Mitchell wins though because we all love Bryce Mitchell. Next fight. Diego Ferreira beat Mateusz Rebecki in an incredible fight for him against a very heavy favourite. We're going to put Diego Ferreira against Drew Dober. It's a step up for Ferreira, but it should be fun and it could play out very similar to how he fought Rebecki with a pretty good power puncher in Drew Dober. But he could also get knocked out. Obviously, I want Drew Dober to win. I'd want Drew Dober to win that, but he could get knocked out. But oh well. But yeah, Ferreira doesn't. But Ferreira deserves this though. Why did he deserve it? Well, because after beating such a heavy favourite, and Dober isn't even ranked, so it's not like we're giving Ferreira too big of a reward. Dober's not ranked, but it's a big name for Ferreira for him to get a bit of publicity, a bit of popularity, because a lot of people know Drew Dober for his exciting fights. So it's not like we're giving him a ranked opponent and we're going a bit too over the top, a bit too overzealous, because Dober's just dropped out of the rankings. But it's a good name for Ferreira. So yeah, give Ferreira Dober. He probably might get knocked out, but it is what it is. Carlos Ulberg, he beat Alonzo Menafield in about 12 seconds. Let's give him Nikita Krylov for the number 6 ranking in light heavyweight. Yeah, let's give Carlos Ulberg Nikita Krylov. That would be, sorry, yeah, I've already said that would be number 6 ranking. You know, you could give him Uzdemir, but no one knows who Uzdemir is really at all. Roundtree's already booked for Hill. You could give him Walker, but I mean, look, I think don't give him Uzdemir, don't give him Walker. Let's try and get the highest rank we can without it being a bit too BS. Number 6 in Nikita Krylov. That seems perfect to me. Why should we get him hype in the rankings? Well, because Carlos Ulberg's older than Nikita Krylov. Nikita Krylov's 31 years of age. Carlos Ulberg's 33. Okay? Carlos Ulberg needs to get going now. So let's give him as high a rank as we can without being too ridiculous. Let's give him Nikita Krylov in the number 6. And that gets him close to the top 5. Nice and fast. Which will do him good. Because we don't want him really messing around with the lower ranks, because he could be a star. So let's get him there now at 33 years of age, not 37. And yeah, where could he do it? UFC 305. Works perfectly. Time frame wise, in August, works perfectly. UFC 305, get him on the card. Didn't take any damage, obviously. So let's get that quick. You know, it's June now, July. Yeah, it's May now. June, July. He could start his fight camp in July. And then, yeah, in August, get going at 305. And work well on the card. Let's say pay-per-view opener. Could be pay-per-view opener. Could work very well. Yeah, Ulberg versus Krylov for number 6 ranking. Buckley beat Nursultan Ruziboev. And again, a very good showing for Joaquin Buckley, winning every single round. Wipeout. Who should Buckley go against next? Gilbert Burns. Joaquin Buckley versus Gilbert Burns. That is a brilliant fight. You're welcome, by the way. Why not? I mean, there's other options there. You could give him Jeff Neal, but that's not very far up the rankings at all, and that wouldn't give him much popularity. Buckley's pretty hot right now. I'm not saying about looks-wise, I'm not gay. I'm just saying in terms of popularity, he's got a lot of, he's got a lot of momentum now. Don't give him Thompson, because that could be very bad for Buckley, because I think Thompson is a much better striker. But hey, Buckley could turn it into a scrapping match. But don't give him Thompson. Don't give him Thompson, because that could kill Buckley's credibility. Don't give him Brady, because Brady will kill him. And don't give him Ian Gary, because Ian Gary wouldn't accept that fight. Ian Gary's not going to accept a fight lower than him in the ranks when he's on as much of a streak as he is now. Where could they do it? It could be Fight Night main event in Brazil for Gilbert Burns. I'd love to see a Fight Night main event in Brazil with Gilbert Burns main eventing. That would be great. But I mean, last year they did it late in November. That's too late for both fighters. So in that case, you could just then do main card fight for pay-per-view, maybe UFC 306, maybe UFC 305 in Australia. They don't have to be Australian to be on an Australian card, you know what I'm saying? So it could be 305 in Australia, could be on 306. Or they could just do their own Fight Night main event. It doesn't have to be in Brazil. Or they could just do their own Fight Night main event. I'd love to see that as a Fight Night main event, if I'm honest. Do that. Yeah, do that late August, early September. Give Buckley a bit of a rest. He's done March and now May. I know he wanted to do St. Louis. Give him a bit of a rest now. Rest through June. Pick it up in July, August. And that's where you can get maybe their Fight Night main event or be on the pay-per-view main card. Main event. Derek Lewis beat Rodrigo Nascimento by knockout in the 3rd round. Wonderful performance by Derek Lewis. It gives me hope that he can cap off his career with some good highlights, good moments. And we're going to give it to, we're going to do it for the fans. What do the fans want from Derek Lewis? What do they want to see him in next? He's in perfect spot in the rankings. The guy right above him, Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Let's give Derek Lewis versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Why? He's the guy above him in the rankings. You know, you don't want to give him, and you know, you can go higher in the rankings, but what happens when you go higher in the rankings? He gets Tai Tuivasa. He's already lost to Tai Tuivasa. And we're not going to see that fight again a second time. Spivak, he's already lost to Spivak. He'll lose to Spivak again, probably. Maybe not actually, if he doesn't pass out before the fight, as he did against Spivak. Could give him Marcin Tybura. Don't do that, because Marcin Tybura will give him no attention, no publicity. I know. Obviously Nascimento doesn't, but let's have a fun fight with Rosenstrike. And Almeida will kill him again, so don't give him Almeida. And by that point, you're getting too high up in the rankings anyway. You know, we all love Derek Lewis, but you can't be going that high up in the rankings after a win from Rodrigo Nascimento with as many losses as he did have last year, and the year prior as well. So yeah, you're getting a bit too high up in the rankings. And also, it's literally the heavyweight version of Bogdan Guskov versus Anthony Smith. Not Rodrigo Nascimento, Derek Lewis and Jairzinho Rozenstruik. You can't tell the difference, if you know what I mean. So do that. And also, that should be a fun fight as well. The power of Derek Lewis is always exciting. And Rozenstruik, brilliant kickboxer. So get him in there. Who do I want to win that one? I do love Rodrigo Nascimento. I do love Jairzinho Rozenstruik. But what would make me feel happier? A Rozenstruik knockout or a Lewis knockout? A Lewis knockout. We all agree with that. Yeah. And when can they do this? It could be, again, Fight Night main event, Lewis versus Rozenstruik. I'd love to see that. A Fight Night main event, Lewis versus Rozenstruik. Maybe in Houston. They could do a Fight Night in Houston and have Lewis be the main event against Rozenstruik. That would sell. That would sell tickets. A Fight Night main event, Lewis versus Rozenstruik. That would sell. They could do it early September, late August. And yeah, you could do it on a pay-per-view. If you want to do it on a pay-per-view, fine. But a Fight Night in Houston, because Dana White literally just said in the press conference. Dana White literally just said in the press conference they're trying to get out of the Apex now. They don't want to do any more Apex shows. So that means they're going to go to towns, American states. If you've got Derek Lewis, he's a Houston boy. He sells tickets. He sells pay-per-views. Get Derek Lewis for Jairzinho Rozenstruik on a UFC Fight Night in Houston. Not a single seat will be left unsold. Every seat will be sold. No seats will be used, though, because they'll all be on their feet. Derek Lewis versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Give the fans what they want. We all want to see that. Big respect to both. I love both Rozenstruik and Lewis. I 60% want Lewis to win, 40% want Rozenstruik to win, maybe 65-35. Yeah, that'll be an incredible fight. Give Derek Lewis Rozenstruik. Everyone would love it. But yeah, that was my matchmaker war room of UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Nascimento. And hey, I think I'm a pretty good matchmaker. My matchmaking, it makes a lot of sense, I think. But yeah, those are my fights to make for the winners of UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Nascimento. What do you think?